If you are brand new to decluttering and are feeling overwhelmed and don't know where to start, then let's talk some decluttering basics that will make decluttering more enjoyable and more successful. And to do that, we're going to do the 4-box method. And this is my absolute go-to method when I'm decluttering. I always have 4 boxes or bags or baskets available to do this method. Hi, my name's Rachel. I do videos about decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year. And today we're going to talk about the 4-box method, which is my absolute go-to when I'm decluttering. I completely rely on this to keep it organised because I tend to do a small section at a time now if I do declutter. When I finished decluttering, I found that if I didn't do the 4-box method, I just had piles of stuff everywhere and it just felt overwhelming, and it just meant that there was another job then after the decluttering. So this method means that everything is contained and everything is in a place so that you can deal with it at the time that is convenient for you. So let's go through the 4-box method. So you're going to need 4 boxes or baskets, and the idea is that you are going to label each of the baskets or know exactly what they are. You're going to need 1 bag for rubbish, so I tend to get a bin bag straight away for that, because as soon as I've finished I can put that straight in the bin outside. I then get a bag or box for donations, so this is what I'm going to use today, and then I'll have a big basket for all the stuff I'm going to keep, because I can just chuck it in there and know that it's going to be safe, but I know that that's going to come straight out. So I'm going to use the laundry basket today because that's my easy option. And then anything I want to sell I'm going to put in this drawer. So I found this empty drawer that I had in one of my units by the front door, so I'm just going to use this because it's empty and it's not being utilised. So actually use what you've got around the house, don't buy anything for this, use up what you've got. And if you know that you're on a decluttering journey, you're going to need these for a little while, so make sure that you've got a couple of baskets or boxes available to be able to do this regularly, and keep hold of them, don't get rid of them until you're finished. So let's talk through each box and how we're going to utilise it. Okay, with my bin bag I'm going to collect anything rubbish. So it could be that I collect anything recycling as well. It could be that there's anything that's broken or that needs to be disposed of at the recycle centre. It's all going to get collected up in one bin bag. If I feel like I need to separate it, I might get 2 so that I can take 1 to the recycle centre and 1 straight into the bin outside. But you do what you feel as you are using it. So everything that goes in the bin bag when you are finished decluttering can just be dealt with. It's really simple. It just means that you've already put it in the bag. If you don't have this, what you end up doing is making another pile on the floor, and then you've got to pick it up again to then put it in the bag. So let's get rid of that option and put it straight into the bag so that we are able to deal with it as soon as we're done. And I usually try and recycle everything that I can as well. So anything that I know that is recyclable, like any cardboard or paper, I will always separate that out and put that in the recycling box, because there's only so much you can put in landfill. And I want to be mindful as I'm going through stuff. So this is the bag I'm going to use for donations. So as I'm going through stuff, this is quite helpful to have a bag if you're doing clothing and maybe stuff that might go to a charity shop, because they're always helpful to go in a bag, because then they can use the bag to give out to people as people buy stuff as well. So extra helpful if you can do that. In my donation bag I'm going to put anything that doesn't fit or doesn't suit me, anything in working order that I know a charity shop will be able to use. So I will collect it all up, and then if I'm doing regular decluttering I'm going to make sure that I'm regularly either booking a slot, if that's the case in your area, booking a slot for a drop off for donation, or if you've got a lot of stuff that you want to donate, some charities will arrange collection from your home. So it depends how much stuff you have and which charity you use. I know that the British Heart Foundation, I saw that they were advertising that they do a collection. So if you're UK based, then that is one to consider. Make sure that you're regularly going out and taking these to the charity shop, so always schedule this in. Otherwise you're going to end up with having lots of bags in your home, sat there waiting to be dealt with. You just need to get them gone. So as soon as you know that your bag is full, that's usually my kind of go-to method. I try and fill it, and then as soon as it's full, that's when I would take it to the charity shop. So my keep basket today is just going to be a laundry basket, just nice and easy, nice and big, and it just means that I can just throw things in, they're not going to get damaged, and I know that this is stuff I'm going to put back, so it doesn't matter what container it is, it doesn't matter if it's like the laundry basket, because I know it's going to be dealt with today and put back, and then I can use the basket again, so it's not a big deal. So anything that I'm keeping goes in here, because that's the stuff that I'm going to be putting back straight away. And what's helpful is if you're doing this method, what you can do is if you need to pause for any reason, like you need to pop out or you need to go and do something else, it's already contained, so you can just literally move it out of the way to be able to carry on your life without too much hassle, and you know that this is the keep basket. So it does give you that opportunity to pause when you need to, so that you can get on with other things, and it's easy then to come back to and process. And I'm using this one. This is like an old drawer that is not being utilised in the cupboard by the front door. I'm using this one because I don't mind if that's sat there for a little while. So anything I do want to sell when I'm decluttering, I will put in here. When I've built up all my stuff, I'll then start going through it in my own time. I will decide how long I'm going to put it up for sale for. I'm going to give it a bit of a date. So if it's not gone within a month, then that's when I might look at donating it instead. I always find it's helpful, otherwise you could be sat there with a big box of stuff for quite a while, and you don't want to be having stuff hanging around or waiting for somebody to buy it. Be realistic about that. I always price things to sell, so I look at what they're roughly selling at and price it just under, because I want my stuff gone ASAP. So always do that, and then I will list things as and when I am ready. So if I haven't got time to do it for a week, I might leave it, but then I'll come back to it when I've got some time, and then I'll start listing the items. So depending on what kind of item it is, depends on where you might sell. If it's bulky stuff, it's stuff you don't want to package, you might do like a local marketplace, like on social media. If it's stuff that you know is valuable or collectible, then you might want an auction site instead. So it's worth thinking about how you are listing things for sale. But yeah, I'll collect things up and then I'll go through it, and if it doesn't sell within my deadline, then I will then look at donating it, because I want the stuff gone ASAP. I don't want it hanging around. So there is my 4-box method for decluttering. I always do this when I'm decluttering. It makes it so much easier. I can stop and start as I like, and I can put things away when I feel like it. It just means everything's contained, and it doesn't feel like it's a mess when I'm decluttering either. It feels like things are organised and contained, and that just makes it easier and nicer to do. Let me know if you do this method when you're decluttering. If you're at the beginning of a journey, let me know how you're getting on, and I shall be back for more videos soon. Take care. Bye.